Morning, Jenna. So how do you feel about your forehand?
Well, I feel like I don't rotate maybe enough,
Okay.
and I'm just
You
have a
mean in the
question about
beginning?
like
The
the take back.
backswing? Okay.
Yeah.
And then, so the result of your forehand, what don't you like about it?
Well, I feel like I don't get enough, like on it.
Power.
Power.
Oh, okay.
Power.
Do you feel like it's not heavy enough? It doesn't have enough topspin? It doesn't push
Yeah.
the person?
I feel like sometimes when I do think about the topspin, I'm giving a lot of topspin, but then I'm losing the power.
Ah, okay. Okay.
So,
Yeah. So what you're wanting is for the stroke to become heavier.
right.
Ah, okay. All right. So ideally, the topspin at the very end is one of the most difficult things. So you got that part worked out. So what you want to be doing when it comes to making the stroke heavy is you want to spend a little bit more time during the follow through, because that's what's going to make the ball deep. And also you want to try to push it a little bit faster so that it throws the person
Yeah, that
away.
sounds right, because I feel like I don't push it long enough.
Yep.
Like carrying it long enough.
Yeah. And so I'll have to look at it later. But what needs to happen is while you're doing the follow through, you have to allow your shoulders to rotate. Otherwise, you're going to end up drawing a line this way and you're going to find yourself hitting a lot of forehands cross court.
Right.
Does that happen
Oh,
sometimes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
So-
what I feel like. That's why I think I don't rotate enough.
Yeah.
You know?
So a lot of people feel like they're afraid of rotating because inherently we know that by rotating, you're going to end up getting more power and more depth. So we get a little bit of scared of rotating, but you need to do that because the opposite is if you don't rotate, you're actually going to end up having getting some control from your lower back and from your shoulders by doing this. And you don't want to be doing that. You don't want to create that memory, muscle memory of that. So the way that you're going to counteract all that power that you're going to get originally is by putting more topspin. And you know that you already have topspin, so that's not your issue. So I want to start actually with a couple of one drill. So I'm going to have you here. And I'm just going to bounce the ball just to see how you're doing it. Ready? Go ahead and go through it. Cool. All right, one more. Okay, yeah, so you're carrying the ball a little bit and then you're picking it up very soon. Like your elbow is very close to you. Yeah. All right, so what I want you to do this time is don't worry about hitting. I actually want you to hit it out. So you're gonna come from drawing a semicircle. Now when you get here, I want you to try to extend this line. And while you're doing that, think about,
Like my rack.
yes. So think about your shoulder getting together with your hip. You don't want the shoulder to get too far from your hip. So get the right hip to go with it.
Okay.
Because the moment that you separate the two, you're actually going to end up using your spine but to twist. And you don't want that. You always want the upper body to work as a unit. So even if you hit it out, I actually want you to hit it out. Ready? That's it. One more. Good. And now you're going to try and use your foot at the very end. After you finish making this line as far as you can, you're going to try and land with that foot.
Land like out here.
Yep. Yeah. Ready? That's it. That's what I want. Keep going. Okay. One more time. There we go. See how it's slowly getting a little bit deeper, but you're still a little afraid because at the very end, you're leaning back a little bit. So let's do it again. Ready? That's good. Now, as you're doing the follow through, I don't want you going up. I want you to picture a table, a flat table, and you're gonna go through. You're gonna keep that racket going at the same height. And when you feel like you can't stretch anymore, that's when you're gonna start going up and across.
Okay.
All right, ready? Again, that ball bounced weird. Ready? Bounce. That's okay. Relax your hips a little bit. And that's better. See, now it's getting lower and it's getting faster.
Whoa.
Okay, here we go. Say bounce with me when it bounces. Bounce, hit. That's good. And again, bounce, hit. Not bad. So Now, at the very end, when you're doing the top spin, your arm is actually going up. So I want you to think about your elbow and point with your elbow when you want, where you want that ball to go. So right now, your elbow is actually going over that fence.
Okay.
So if that ball was your target, I want you to try and point to that ball. Ready? That's better. See how now I got lower?
Yeah.
And again, bounce. That's better. Good job. And now loosen up your grip a little bit so that at the very end, you can turn.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of times I grip too tight.
Yep. That's it. Again, keep going. That's better. It got lower. Ready, bounce, hit. Not bad. So drag it a little bit more. Not bad. You're hitting the ball a little too far from you. So what's happening is that somehow the racket is getting under the ball. So I'm going to bounce it closer. That's better. Does that happen when you play, that you hit it up?
Yeah.
Yeah, because you're reaching and then you're making contact really far. Yeah. Ideally, you want to make contact somewhere by where your front foot is. That way you can start turning. This is the part where you really want to spend a lot of time. Ready? And that's good. And then don't be afraid to take that step. Ready? Bounce, hit. Nice. So I want to show you a little bit of what you're doing. So let me have you step over here. So this is what's happening. When you're hitting, you're actually leaning back and you're not letting go. So think of energy that's coming from the ground going through your feet. That's the kinetic chain, and then going out of your arm, because eventually what you're doing is you're throwing. So you want that energy to take you. So ideally it should be that. You keep going forward.
It looks so easy.
All right, so relax that wrist and let's see if you can let that elbow get away from you. And then once the elbow gets away, start chasing it. Ready? That's better. Ready? Wait. There we go. Nice. Ready? Let's do it again. Now. That's it. Wait for that ball. Say bounce, hit. That's okay. Let's talk a little bit about the backswing. Your arm, when it goes back, is a little too close to you. Don't exaggerate it, but don't get it too close. So you want to kind of like when you're waking up, stretch. Take a nice wind up.
That's what I feel like I do a lot. I'm very close.
Yeah, it seems like in the very beginning, you're a little tense about the stroke. So it's almost like that. You want to try to let the shoulders drop and then let that racket go back behind you and let the tip of the racket drop onto the ball. So you're going to do a nice circle over the ball. Use the ball as a guide. We're going to go under, out, under, out. And right here is where you really want to stretch and then finish. When you're done, you want to try to have space for your chest. So be able to almost fit a beach ball in it. All right, ready? That's it. You see how much faster you can go? And let go at the end, land. It's a little early. Ready, bounce, hit. Perfect. Now I want you to think about your belly button. Besides your elbow, you're gonna try and point to where you want that ball to bounce with your belly button. So as you're rotating, you're gonna tighten up your core, but let it rotate enough that it faces. At the very end, your shoulders are gonna go through. Your left shoulder is almost gonna end up leaning back, but the right shoulder is gonna go forward. Ready? That's okay, it's too far from you. Ready, and now. Not bad. Little early. Here we go. Bounce, fit. Now, let's copy the rhythm of the ball. When I toss the ball and the ball is going up, you're gonna go up with the racket. When the ball comes down, you're gonna come down with the racket. When the ball bounces, you're gonna go at the ball. You're 1 second too early. Ready? Up, down, at the ball. That's better. Ready? Up, down, at the ball. Better. Most of us are early, always, when we're hitting the ball. Most of us are not late. Ready? Bounce, hit. That's it. And then relax your grip. Bounce, stretch. That's it. This is where you want to spend the majority of the time. getting the ball in for you is not gonna be an issue. So keep that in the back of your mind and just try to purposely try and chase that baseline. Okay, so I'm gonna go on the other side. I'm gonna feed you some balls from there. And you don't have to rally with me. I just want you to let that arm go, okay? A little early, ready? Wait for that ball, bounce, good. So I'm gonna guide you, ready? Racket up, down, at the ball. That's it, lean in, forward, up, that's good. I want you to think about your right shoulder and your right elbow going forward, because right now the right elbow is going up, and I mean the right shoulder is going up. The right elbow is trying to go forward. We want that. That's it. You see how it's more of a forward stroke now? Move in, move in. There you go. Very nice. All right, last couple. Beautiful. One last one. Lean forward. Very nice. So you are going to be protecting yourself with the back muscles, but don't exaggerate. You want a nice level, neutral back between the front and the back, so that if anything, you're going to be leaning forward but not breaking the spine or breaking the spine this way. All right, last couple. That's it. Does it feel like now you're this way? Beautiful. Very nice. All right, last one. Move in and excellent. You got it. All right.